Good evening. It's lovely to be back with you again, but so sad that we are back into a lockdown situation. I've changed the normal greeting of Happy New Year to Hopeful New Year. For this week, I'm going to pick up on aspects of Epiphany, but before I do, let us still ourselves in the presence of God, whose love and guidance we need so much at this time. God of all time, who makes all things new, we bring before you the year now ended, for life full and good despite the difficulties we have faced, for opportunities recognised and taken, for love known and shared. We thank you. Where we have fallen short, forgive us. When we worry over what is past, forgive us. As we begin again and take our first few steps into the future, where nothing is safe and certain, except you, we ask for the courage of the wise men who simply went and followed a star. We ask for their wisdom in choosing to pursue the deepest truth, not knowing where they would be led. In the year to come, as we face uncertainty and concern, be our help and our company. Hold our hands as we journey onwards, and may your dream of shalom, where all will be at peace, be our guiding star. Amen. Many of us were introduced to Epiphany through the familiar silhouetted image of three wise men. The Bible, incidentally, doesn't even mention the number 3, bearing gifts as they followed the great star by night. In some cultures, Epiphany is actually known as the Day of the Kings. It's also known as 12th Day or 12th Night, reflecting an old custom of giving a gift for each of the days from December the 25th to January the 6th for the 12 days of Christmas. The day has a special meaning for a number of reasons. The word Epiphany means appearance or manifestation. Popular usage likens Epiphany to words such as Eureka or Aha. Use of this word by some English speakers conjures images of having a light bulb turned on or of being able to see something that was once hidden from view. The texts we often hear on the Sundays after the Epiphany dramatise the many ways that we people came to understand who Jesus was, through his baptism, the miracle at the wedding, or through that amazing declaration in his hometown synagogue. But this ever-widening circle of revelation began outside the circle of Judaism, so to speak, with the Magi. So who were the Magi? Well, many versions of the Bible refer to them as wise men. And we often forget that these Magi, wise men, kings, whatever we want to call them, were non-Jews. What can we learn from them? Well, first, they began their journey because of their beliefs. It was a common belief that when a world leader like a king was born, that a special stellar phenomenon would appear in the sky. It happens in the stories of one of the Sikh gurus, I believe. I think in the stories of some of the pharaohs. The Magi saw something that convinced them that they had seen the long-awaited sign. Historians tell us that the Jews, the Romans and the Persians were all watching the skies about that time, looking for signs of the birth of an extraordinary king. A few years before, around 11 BC, Halley's Comet had been seen. There were other stellar phenomena, including a bright star, Sirius, which appeared brightly in the daytime instead of at night. The wise men saw the star and began their journey. And may God give us all inspiration for this year's journey. Secondly, the wise men were willing to follow what they'd seen into unknown territory. Their journey took them outside their country and their comfort zone. The wise men risked the consequences of disobeying Herod, who was known to behave as a madman when provoked, and returned to their country by another way. The Christian journey is often an off-road excursion. Give us the courage to branch out into the unknown. Thirdly, the wise men were committed to the journey wherever the star might lead. The wise men set out to find a newborn king by following a star, and ended up finding a baby born to young, relatively poor parents. not exactly what they expected, and not exactly what befit their dignity as priests. In this coming year, may we look to heaven for guidance and comfort, and may we accept God's blessings in whatever form we find them, just as the wise men accepted that their long, expensive journey led them to a baby born to young, inexperienced parents who lived on the poor side of town. Finally, the wise men brought gifts. They did things that the people in the East or in Africa or India would naturally do when visiting royalty. They brought gifts. Gold, the kind of gift you brought to a king, frankincense, the kind of gift you would bring to a priest, and myrrh given to someone about to die. In this season of Epiphany, think of the gift that you will offer to God in the coming year. The gift of time, the gift of your talents, your service in the community, your witness and testimony, the gift of undying love and devotion. Their greatest gift comes to us in the form of a realization. The wise men were the first Gentiles to recognize that Jesus belongs to everyone. Good news is for everyone, not just a select few. There were lots of differences between the shepherds and the wise men. Shepherds were poor, the wise men probably rich. The shepherds came from the same country as Jesus, they were Jews. The wise men came from a different country, they were Gentiles. Jews and Gentiles didn't normally mix with each other. Remember the Good Samaritan? The shepherds were in the fields close by, the wise men travelled a long way. Angels appeared to the shepherds, the wise men followed a star. Whatever, God wanted both groups of people to see Jesus. In God's eyes, it doesn't matter if we are rich or poor or what country we come from. As I said, the good news is for everyone. Star of wonder, star of light, star with royal beauty bright, westward leading, still proceeding, guide us to thy perfect light. When the song of the angel is stilled, when the star in the sky is gone, when the kings and princes are home, then the work of Christmas begins. To find the lost, to heal the broken, to feed the hungry, to release the prisoner, to rebuild the nations, to bring peace among people, and to make music in the heart. Let us join together in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, for ever and ever. Amen. Good night, and God bless each and every one of you, and may his light and love enfold you forever. Goodbye.